Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah. Good morning.
Morning.
So this will be our disposable circuit that we are going to use on the patient. It will come with a label low flow. Okay. So the flow of the circuit will be 1 to 8 liters. 1.5 to 2.5 like that. Okay. So this is only can be used only in the NIC. So in this kit package there will be 3 components. One is a reservoir, simple reservoir. The other one is a delivery tubing, and there is a cartridge also for the humidification. So to assemble the circuit, here you can see a heater plate and 4 holes. Okay. So this one will come with few caps like this. These caps. You need to remove these caps from these 4 ports, and there will be 4 holes.
Okay.
Then either way it will go. The direction is not a problem. You can just push it firmly. And the other side, there will be 3 holes. You can see 1, 2, 3, and here also
3 holes.
Yes. Then just make sure this is going inside.
Yeah.
Then push it.
Okay.
Set. Initially it will be rigid, but when the water is started to circulate, it will be too flexible. So this is how we can assemble the circuit. And I have already used one here. I'll show you. This is the same thing what we have assembled here. So hold on the holder of the disposable and face this heater plate here. There is also a heater plate. So face together, then
and up to down.
Yes, up to down. And you need to make sure these grooves are properly going inside. It should not be like this. Okay. So both should go down. Then slide it down. Okay. And there is no click sound, but you can make sure this white part is properly seated. Close it. Then close the door.
Okay.
And here, this one will come with a cap again to be sterilized. Then remove this cap.
Okay.
Then you can use this one to attach here on the water bag. Okay. Attach the water bag.
Is this a special water or just
no,
distilled water?
No, this is just a sterile water bag.
Just sterile
water bag.
Is it like a distilled water or it's a sodium or it doesn't
matter?
Without
Salt.
Without salt?
Yeah, without
just
salt.
water?
Just sterile water.
Okay.
Which is the one you are using normally for your humidification purpose. Same thing. Attach this one and this will be clamped, just like unclamped. Make sure it is not closed.
Yeah.
So the water will start to fill the circuit. This will take just like 30 seconds, 30 to 60 seconds it will take. And meanwhile, what you can do, you can attach air and oxygen hose. Okay? And for this device, there is no power button. Okay? Just we have a power cord, and we have this power cord here. Just attach on the hole.
And the machine has its own air oxygen blender. You don't need a blender to connect.
No blender.
You compress to the compressed air.
Yes.
And to the oxygen.
Yes.
And it has its own.
Yes, I'll tell you. There is no blender is additionally required because the device itself having an electronic blender. And flow controls. Just attach air and oxygen hose. Then for this device, there is no power button on the device. Just we have this power. Once you power, device will automatically start. You can see here the initial beep sounds. That means 5 beep sounds will come initially. That means device is having an automatic calibration. Now device is in standby. You can press the parameters just like oxygen.
Testing it.
FiO2 21 to 100.
Yeah.
I said.
How you can flip between the parameters?
Yes. Again, this same rotary knob.
You press. And then you get on.
Yes. You can set. 33 to 43 it will go, but for the new device it will be like 33 to 39.
So what is the
recommendation is 37.
37.
Maximum 37. Then again press set your flow. Actually there are 2 type of circuits. One is low flow one. This is only for NICU. There is high flow circuit that can be used for pediatric also because we don't want to happen the accidents in NICU. So if you use this low flow circuit,
what is the maximum low flow?
1 to 8 liters. 8 liters. But if you use a high flow, you need to go more than 8. You can use a high flow circuit, maybe for bigger babies and all. That can give 5 to 40 liters.
That's incorrect. To specify a flow for Because sometimes I use a flow of 20 in neonate. It depends on my expertise.
Yes.
But low flow, according to this machine,
Yes.
is between 1 and 8.
1 and 8.
And high flow is more than 8, up
Yes.
to 60.
Up to 40 liters.
40.
5 to 40 liters.
5, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So the device for demo actually.
Sorry, more question.
Yeah.
So once you want to change the circuit, you have to repeat the whole set again.
If you need to use
Another flow.
Another circuit.
You have to do everything from the beginning.
Yes, but I think in the NICU, I have never seen anybody using a high flow kit. But of course, if you have pediatric babies, you need to use the other circuit.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is showing here high. That means I'm using a high flow kit instead of a low flow.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it will show same thing here, low. Just a cartridge symbol and it will show yellow.
Okay.
Okay. So once this parameter set, no need of confirmation here. Just set your parameters. 37. Again set your parameters. 8 liters. Everything set. Now you have a run button here.
Mm-hmm.
Just a single press.
Okay.
Initially this light will be orange. But once the flow is started to deliver, it will turn to green.
Okay.
That's all. That's all about the.
Yeah. How much? How long you wait for the temperature of the humidity to reach?
Maximum 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay.
Because the Vapotherm uses the very quickest heater. It is dependent also the water temperature. It will be like initially 22 degrees something, and we need to warm it to like 37. But we recommend if the temperature is go above 30 degrees Celsius, you can go. But it's entirely up to the doctor's decision.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because below 30 degree, the gas will be cold.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you done or not yet?
No, I have to explain something about the clinical advantages.
Yeah.
If you want to take video.
Yeah, please, yeah.
So now, and the very important thing on the circuit, the device is like a totally controlled. It is not like a simple blender or a humidifying system.
Yeah.
Which is having the water bag and all. So it will show that when the water is getting low, device will give you an alarm.
Okay.
The water is low, and on the nasal, because there are chances of accidents, right? So it's any higher pressure is going particular some range. If there is any occlusion in the flow, see, device is stopped. Device will, if there is any occlusion, device will stop and will give you an alarm, and it will again try to deliver the flow. If the occlusion is cleared, it will automatically deliver. Otherwise, it will notify the user, especially when you are using the cannulas on babies and it is kinked. Sometimes we have seen it is kinked and the flow will not be delivered. In that case, device will give you an alarm. And the temperature of the gas and the humidification is the very good feature of the Vapotherm, because Vapotherm use a cartridge technology to achieve the humidity 100%. So at 37 degrees Celsius, Vapotherm can deliver nearly 100% of relative humidity, which can give you a very good mucosal transport of the patient. So it is like a cartridge technology. There will be hundreds of hollow fibers inside. Through the inner part of the fiber, gas will pass. Outer part, water will come. So there is no direct contact between the gas and the water. So even the water is having some bacteria and all, that cannot be transmitted to the gas.
Okay.
So that is one advantage. Then we are delivering 100% humidity, and on the delivery tube there is no heater wire, because this device is using a different technology. Through the inner lumen, the gas with 100% humidity will go to patient, and the outer lumen, warmed water will be continuously circulating. You cannot see the water now because there is no bubbles, but warmed water is continuously circulating through the tubing.
Okay.
So the advantage, there will not be any droplets of the water in the circuit, but even it is delivering 100% humidity, there will not be any condensation in the delivery, especially for the premature babies. It will be very good. And other thing, Vapotherm can, this disposable circuit is a single patient circuit, but this can be used 30 days on the same patient.
Okay.
That is one of the good attraction, because if you have chronic lung disease patients at all, you can use this.
Okay. Once you're done, I have a couple of questions, but finished, I will ask you.
Yeah, I have done the equipment side. Now I have to talk about the clinical thing. If you want to continue the video, it's okay.
Yeah, continue, please.
You can see normally the respiratory circuit is having 15 mm of delivery tube. It's having a large bore tubing.
Okay.
This one is just a small bore, just 5 mm of delivery tube. The idea of the therapy, this is working based on a technology called high velocity nasal insufflation, HIVNI, high velocity. We are reducing the diameter of the tubing and we are increasing the velocity of the gas. So this velocity can quickly flush the upper airway, dead space of the patient, and especially for the babies having high respiratory rate, they have the expired CO2 continuously accumulating in the respiratory dead space. So this high velocity will create a good turbulence and will flush that CO2 from the nasal system. So there's Vapotherm stating that they can remove the CO2 and improve the alveolar ventilation of the patient. That is the main technology of, that's the reason we are using the delivery tube much smaller. And the nasal cannula also is very small. We are using the normal nasal cannulas. Vapotherm is having dedicated nasal cannula, but this is cheaper also. It isn't the other slide I will show you.
It's okay, it's okay.
Yeah. So these are the main advantages of the Vapotherm, and when we compare with there are some clinical studies, maybe you are already aware about that. There are some clinical studies which state Vapotherm is non-inferior to the non-invasive positive pressure therapies, NIPPs, and maybe that's the reason most of the clinicians using Vapotherm as an initial support or mostly for the post-extubation support of the babies, which can give a mild distending pressure of maybe like 3 to 4 centimeters of pressure can be given, as it is the velocity of high velocity is going inside. That's all about.
Okay, so the first question is, these numbers are only the set, no measurement numbers. So you can see only 3 numbers.
Yes.
That's we set. But where is the measured one? Is it available or not available?
Not all. Actually, there is an oxygen sensor in the device which is giving this O2 parameter. Because when I am setting 50% of thing, which is the device is having an oxygen sensor here. So when the gas is leaving from the circuit, the device will make sure the oxygen percentage is set is.
So the set and the measured are the same?
Yes.
Okay.
And also for the flow, there is a mass flow sensor here. That one also will measure the flow. And the temperature, there are a lot of optical sensors you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are optical sensors which will all the times it will check the temperature of the gas. Okay. Check the temperature of the gas that leaving to the circuit and coming back from the water circulation. It will check. And if there is any change in discrepancies in the water temperature, device will automatically compensate. And for each calibration, and when we supply the device to you, before that we will check from 1 to all the ranges of the flow with different percentages. Even the device, when I am taking here for demonstration, we have done all the calibration because we got a Vapotherm service center in Europe.
So in nutshell, the set and the measured are the same?
Exactly.
Okay.
The name of the device itself, it is precision flow device. If you use a flow meter at the end, if you use an oxygen analyzer, you can clearly see what you have set is being delivered on the device. But in the normal blender, there will be a very big, because it's a manual system, there will be a very big change in the set and the receiving to the patient. That's a good question.
So the other question is the interface. So it should be a Vapotherm integrated or compatible interface. No, we cannot use like a universal interfaces.
Yeah, that I will tell you, doctor. There are actually different types of nasal cannulas. From premature, neonate, there is a solo cannula with single prong, and infant intermediate. This intermediate state we are using for the NICU, okay? Because Vapotherm is providing, can I?
Yes, please.
Vapotherm is this is very large size, adult nasal cannula. You can see this is a simple nasal cannula, but which is having a special feature. This one, till here we are using very small diameter tubing and the delivery of the gas. And again from here also for the premature size, it will be very, very small nasal cannula, okay? And when you use the nasal cannula here, the gas is going to the patient also very, very minute part. Okay, the humidity will be properly delivered when you are using that very small tubing and cannula. But at the same time, you can use ram cannulas also. Some customer they are using, but when you use ram cannulas, you can see the humidity is going to condensate because the dead space of the tubing, inner diameter of the tubing is higher than the Vapotherm cannulas. And Vapotherm cannulas is very cheap. Maybe comparing to your normal laser cannulas, Vapotherm cannulas will be very cheap because it's continuously used. But the set as it is, 30 days you can use on the patients.
So you did not answer my question. So the interfaces are Vapotherm designated or it's a universal?
Vapotherm designated.
So you have to provide us?
Yes.
Okay. Well, the third question is, you have only nasal cannula or you have nasal mask?
No, doctor. We have only the nasal cannulas from Vapotherm for the ICU. Nasal cannulas, you can see, like, we will keep the cannulas 50% off to the nares, and it is designed like that also. So
okay. So no nasal mask, only that?
No mask.
Okay. How frequent you change the water for the humidifier?
Water is actually, it is entirely dependent on the usage, because if you keep a temperature of 37, it will be like maybe the humidification is higher, so it will quickly finish. But there is a water alarm. This alarm will come when the water bag is getting empty. Vessels can follow this and they can replace it.
Okay.
But initially, little much higher water will take, higher consumption, because the entire tubing has a water circulation.
Okay.
Okay. So, but don't think device is taking a lot of humidity, because this will not be consumed. It will only circulate.
Okay.
But precisely what is required, that will take from the device.
The other question is it battery enabled, or when you disconnect, how long it stay on when there is no electricity?
The device is having a 15 minutes of battery backup. Just 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
This is to avoid, if your power supply is down for some time.
Okay.
Then, if there is no battery, if the power downs, device also will down. Okay. But I know that it will take some time to shift to the UPS or something. But meanwhile, the device will supply the battery. It is only for 15 minutes, but it's not recommended for the transportation.
Yes. And did you finish?
Yeah.
So the other question is, it's always a medical air based. There is no compressor inside.
There is no compressor. It is only from the medical air and oxygen at 4 bar pressure we are using in the device.
Okay.
There is electronic blender which will precisely mix the oxygen and air and will deliver to the patient.
Okay. These interfaces are reusable or no? It's one-time use.
Reusable. Everything is single patient, because to avoid the cross contamination.
Okay. So it's single use.
Everything is single.
It cannot be cleaned and reused.
No.
No. Okay. Do you have any question?
She asked, I think, a lot. You should
okay. So.